In this video, I'm going to show you how to sew your breastfeeding cover in 5 easy steps. You'll be able to use this cover to nurse discreetly and comfortably anywhere, without having to worry about exposing yourself. 5 easy steps to sew your breastfeeding. 1. Gather materials. You will need 1 yard of cotton fabric and 1/4 yard of cotton fabric for the lining, thread, and scissors. 2. Cut fabric. Cut the main fabric into a rectangle that measures 30 by 45 and the lining fabric into a rectangle that measures 25 by 40. 3. Sew the lining. Place the 2 lining pieces right sides together and sew a 1/4 seam along the long edge. 4. Join the main and lining fabrics. Place the main fabric piece on top of the lining piece, right sides together, and sew a 1/4 seam along the top edge. 5. Finish the cover. Turn the cover right side out, press it, and top stitch around the entire edge of the cover. 2. How much time will it take me to sew a breastfeeding cover? Creating a breastfeeding cover is an easy and relatively quick project. Depending on the fabric choice and sewing prowess, it can take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours to complete. For those with minimal experience in sewing, it's best to go slow as you work through the steps and make sure all seams are secure before moving on to the next step. Additionally, if you're using a pattern, there will be more pieces to cut out and assemble. If you're creating a cover from scratch, it may take longer but can be just as rewarding in the end. 3. What type of sewing skills do I need to have in order to sew a breastfeeding cover? You don't need to be a master seamstress in order to sew your own breastfeeding cover. However, basic sewing skills and an understanding of how machines work will come in handy as you navigate the project. If you are a beginner, there are plenty of free tutorials online that can help guide you through the steps. You should also have certain sewing materials on hand like a needle, thread, fabric scissors, pins, and measuring tape, along with an understanding of how to read and use a pattern. Finally, having access to a sewing machine will make the task much easier. With some practice and patience, you can learn how to sew your own breastfeeding cover in no time. 4. How do I ensure the breastfeeding cover is secure and comfortable for me and my baby? Once you have sewn the cover pieces together, press down the edges and make sure they are folded properly. If you want to attach Velcro or other closures, do so now. For extra security and comfort, most covers contain a side panel that is meant to fit snugly over your shoulder, keeping the fabric securely around you and protecting your baby's view of the world. Additionally, many breastfeeding covers have elastic bands that fit around your waist to help keep the cover in place while you are nursing. If your cover does not contain either of these features, consider adding them to ensure secure and comfortable fit for both you and your baby. 5. Are there any special techniques I need to use when sewing a breastfeeding cover? One of the most important tips for sewing a breastfeeding cover is to use stretchy fabrics such as knits or jerseys. These fabrics will give you the best fit and make it easier to move around in with your baby. You should also pay attention to seam allowance, especially when using knit fabrics, since they tend to curl up at the edges. Lastly, use a cover stitch machine or stretchy stitches to ensure the seams stay intact and will not pull apart. With these essential tips in mind, you'll be sure to make a beautiful nursing cover that you can use for years to come. 6. Are there any tips or tricks I should know to make sure my breastfeeding cover is durable and long-lasting? Absolutely. It's important to choose the right fabric and use the right stitching technique. Choose a sturdy, breathable material such as cotton, muslin, or flannel that won't fray easily. Make sure to do your research on the type of thread needed for most fabrics. Also, using a zigzag stitch instead of a straight stitch will make your cover stronger and more durable. Finally, always reinforce your stitching at the end with an overhand knot or button to ensure it won't unravel. With these tips, you'll have a breastfeeding cover that will last for years. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, Please remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. We'll be releasing new videos every week, so make sure to check back often. And if there are any topics you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching.